Bowser levels. Definitely some of the more memorable Mario levels. Uh, Bowser levels are always a good time. Well, for the most part, at least I find. So, in this video, I thought I would rank the top 10 best Bowser Castle levels in every main series Mario game. So, Mario Kart tracks do not count. That might be something I'll do another time. But for this video, we're focusing on the main Mario games in each Bowser Castle within each one. All Bowser levels go, not just the final ones. No, if it's a Bowser level, it counts. I'm not sure, depending on how I'm feeling. The title of this video might be Top 10 Bowser Castles or Top 10 Bowser Levels. Uh, I could narrow it down to just castles, but I think that's excluding a lot of Bowser levels. Like, for example, Mario 64, uh, there are no technically Bowser castles. That's a bad sentence in terms of grammar. There are technically no Bowser castles. There's just Bowser levels. So I thought to avoid excluding stuff and technicalities and all that, I'll narrow it down to Bowser levels. So if it's a Bowser themed level, it counts on this list. So it doesn't have to be the last one or anything like that. Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I also think I should clarify. Normally, I'm not the kind of person who gets allergies. But I'm finding that this happened a year ago as well. I get this one allergy where it feels like there's something lodged in my throat, and it's the worst feeling. And it's whenever I talk. And I knew I had to get this audio done. If I didn't get it done now, I wouldn't have got it done in time to release the video on time. Blah blah blah. Uh, so if I'm talking weirdly, it's because it literally feels like there's something lodged in my throat. I had the same feeling last year during allergy season, so that's all it is. So nothing to worry about. I'm fine. But if I'm talking weirdly, it's because my throat hurts like badly. So, anyways, let's get on to the video. I bet a lot of you didn't expect to see this one on the list, and to be honest, I'm surprised I put it on here as well. But to be honest, I don't mind this level. I mean, it's technically a Bowser level, I guess. I mean, it's the level right before you fight Bowser, so that's kind of follows the same formula, and it has Bowser enemies. So, in my opinion, it counts as a Bowser level. Well, this is a Bowser level, and it does have a lot of enjoyment, like a lot of Bowser levels tend to do. It's not my favorite. My problem with this Bowser level is that it doesn't feel like a Bowser level. To me, it just feels like a normal level because it's not blatantly obvious that you're going to fight Bowser after this, because Odyssey has a lot of twists and turns. For all you know, you are not about to fight Bowser and there's going to be another kingdom. So it just doesn't really feel like a build-up to Bowser. It feels like just another level. And to be honest, the level feels kind of slow at times, which is fine. I mean, I'm okay with Bowser levels going for that kind of feel, but I kind of prefer the Bowser levels where it feels like you're constantly on the move. It feels like you have to constantly dodge obstacles and feels like it's one thing after another. For me, I like that feeling when it comes to a Bowser level. This Bowser level, though, just doesn't really replicate that feeling for me. It feels like you have to kind of stay in one area for a little bit. Although I will admit, the Bonsai Bill section and the Charging Chuck section, those were pretty fun, not gonna lie. But all in all, there's just better Bowser levels that have more to offer in the Mario universe. I feel like it's a little unfair of me to judge this one, considering I haven't actually played it. Yep, let the pitchforks and torches come out. I have not played through all of Mario Bros. 3. But in my defense, I don't really have a defense. I probably should play through that entire game. It's a good game. So, obviously, considering I haven't played through the entire game, I obviously have not played this Bowser Castle. I've only seen other people play it. And from what I've seen, not bad. It seems to have a good amount of challenge, good level design, and all in all, seems to be a good Bowser level. But the one problem it seems to have, and this is a problem that goes for all levels in Mario Bros. 3, it's just too short. That's what she said. Because, look, I get that you're expected to do Mario Bros. 3 in one sitting. It was made to be that way because there weren't save states or anything like that on the NES. Or at least I don't think there were. I seriously doubt it. Even if there were, very little games would have had them. And Mario Bros. 3 would not have been one of those games. I don't know much about NES games, to be honest. I don't know a lot about them. So, but you're expected to do Mario Bros. 3 in one sitting, which is why all the levels are so short. I'm coming at this from the perspective of the games I've grown up with, where the levels are longer. The levels have more content. So when I look at Mario Bros. 3, I think the game is just too short because I know that I can play games in more than one sitting most of the time. So when I look at Mario Bros. 3, I just think, why is that level so short? So because of that, I think I just kind of naturally don't really like Mario Bros. 3's Bowser Castle, and sort of Mario Bros. 3 as a whole. Look, it's a good game, but I just find it hard for me to enjoy. You gotta understand, I'm coming at this from the games I grew up with, which have longer levels. I feel like I'm attacking this Bowser Castle a lot, especially when it has a lot to offer and great level design, and it's a good finish to Mario Bros. 3, especially the boss fight, because the boss fight's actually really creative in my opinion, even though it can be easily cheesed. I still think this is a great Bowser Castle. I'm just explaining why it's not closer to number 1 on the list. Although, in fairness, I don't think a lot of people would expect it to be at number 1 on the list anyways, so let's move on. I've probably attacked this Bowser Castle enough. I think a lot of you are probably going to be surprised at this one. Yes, New Super Mario Bros. 2's Bowser Castle made it onto the list. Why, you might ask? It's pretty much that one section with the Koopalings. I really like that section. I think it's very creative. But that's kind of it. In fairness, a lot of other Bowser Castles in the New Super Mario Bros. Series don't stand out. There's really not that many I can think of off the top of my head, except for just the basic ones. The ones that, I don't know, I'd probably played through the most. And I think New Super Mario Bros. 2's, while it still doesn't stand out very well, at the very least, the Koopaling section is fun. And I think that it's just fun. It's a good length. I feel like I should also mention I'm not counting the boss fights. The boss fights don't add bonus points. It's the level itself. So, no, the Bowser boss fight at the end did not change my view on this castle. I think it's an okay castle. And it's pretty good. That's really all I have to say about it. It's kind of just decent. Again, you gotta remember, I'm comparing this to some of the best Bowser Castle levels of all time. So, keep that in mind. That's why I'm attacking some of the ones that I still like. I'm just comparing them. So, that's all that is. But, yeah. This Bowser Castle it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of just okay, but again, the Koopaling section kind of saves it for me, so let's move on. This is one I think a couple people might be a little surprised at, including myself, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure why I chose this one myself, because it's not a final Bowser level. It's just a regular Bowser level. But hear me out. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 have amazing Bowser levels, including Bowser Jr. ones at 2, but we're not talking about the Bowser Jr. ones too, as well. My English is not very good today. Anyways, the Bowser's Dark Matter plant, I've just always kind of liked it. It kind of, I personally love space. It's something that's interested me for a long time. Mario Galaxy has definitely been a big contributor to my interest in that. And one thing that I don't know a lot about, but that does still interest me, is dark matter. And to be honest, the idea of a Bowser Castle being themed around dark matter is insanely interesting to me. And I think it makes for a fantastic level. And the pacing of this level is great. It kind of feels slow at times, but you always feel like you're making progress. And that's what I like about it. Also, can we just point out, if Mario touches the dark matter, he gets eaten by the dark matter or something. I don't know. And I gotta say, that's probably his most gruesome death so far. And to be honest, that does add bonus points, because if a Bowser level gives Mario a gruesome death, it does add bonus points for being a cleverly designed castle by Bowser. So anyways, let's move on. Okay, this is the last odd choice, I promise. Maybe I shouldn't promise anything, to be honest. I mean, I also included the Bowser Castle from New Super Mario Bros. 2 on here. Anyways, Bowser's Gravity Gauntlet has always been another Bowser Castle that always stood out to me for how creative it was. Again, I love space. Although I feel like I should clarify, I would never want to actually go to space. I love the idea of space. I love space in general. Would I ever go to space? Absolutely not. I would be terrified. But anyways, sorry again, my throat there. Again, it's just allergies. I love the idea of a Bowser Castle being themed around gravity and different areas. You know what I mean? How gravity pulls you to different areas, and it also makes a lot of cool obstacles you have to go around. You know what I meant. Anyways, I think it makes for a great Bowser Castle. I think it makes for one of the more memorable Bowser Castles, and I just like it. That's pretty much it. So, let's move on. I could see a lot of people being angry if this was ranked well, and a lot of people being angry if this was ranked poorly. This is because I think, I wouldn't know for sure, but this just seems like a Bowser Castle where people will just have a lot of different opinions about. And that's because it has a very unique style. For the most part, people tend to like this Bowser Castle as far as I know. And while I haven't played it, because yes, I have not played through all of Super Mario World either. Wait, no, don't burn my house down! Okay, anyways, yeah, it's, this Bowser Castle, though, has a very interesting twist. Instead of putting you through one long level, you have to go through 8 doors. Again, I haven't played this, so I might get a couple details wrong. I also haven't seen much of this one either. All I know is a general idea. So, you just have to do 8 challenges, and then I think you move on to Bowser. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. Again, I haven't played all of this game, so I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about here. Does that mean I should be talking about this? Probably not. I probably should have played the game before I started talking about it and reviewing it, but it's too late. I'm already here. I'm already talking about it. Let's just get this over with. Yeah, it's a good Bowser Castle. I didn't want to rank it too well because I think the idea, it can be a little basic, but I didn't want to rank it too poorly because it's still kind of clever and still offers a lot of enjoyment. So I think number 5 is a good spot for it. Let's move on. compared to the Galaxy Reactor, the Galaxy Generator just kind of disappoints me. I wasn't really getting my hopes up about this big Bowser level because, I mean, when I played Galaxy 2 for the first time, and same goes for Galaxy 1, I wasn't really all crazy about Bowser levels yet, and now I'm a bit more fond of them now than I was back then. So I wasn't expecting anything too big, and I'm glad I didn't. And not to say that the Galaxy Generator is a bad Bowser level, it's a fantastic one. It's better than most of them. I'm giving it number 4. But, again, a lot of people, including myself, compare it to Galaxy 1 with the Galaxy Reactor, and the Galaxy Generator just becomes a letdown when you do that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that necessarily, because again, it's the sequel. I think usually the first and the second, like you know what I mean, the first and second game or movie or anything could be obviously compared. I think that's almost smart to do because it can, I don't know, just get a lot of answers. I don't know. I'm just trying to justify my answers here, okay? Just let me ramble on about random stuff, and we'll get to the end of the video eventually. Look, the Galaxy Generator, great Bowser level. Just could be better. Could have been better thought out. Could have taken some inspiration from the Galaxy Reactor. That's pretty much it. So let's move on. I might be overrating this one a little, but I've always kind of had a soft spot for the new Super Mario Bros. Bowser Castle. I mean, can you blame me? It's a really cool idea. I mean, just think about it. You're in an enormous castle, and it turns. Okay, as I say that out loud, I realize how basic that sounds, but it makes for a really creative level. It allows for puzzle solving. It allows for good Mario platforming. It allows for something different that other Bowser castles cannot offer you, and I just love that. So, whether you like this Bowser castle or not, you can't deny that the idea is insanely creative. And I love this Bowser castle. Out of all the 2D Mario games, hands down the best. So, yeah. I kind of got everything down. I kind of explained this one as best as I could, so let's just move on. I also might be overrating this one too, but I've never been a huge fan of Mario 64, and the fact that this level is one of the best Mario levels of all time just makes the level all that much better considering it's in Mario 64. Look, before you get mad at me, I do love Mario 64. I just don't love it as much as most people. It's not my favorite Mario game. I'm not part of that Mario 64 cult that most people have. I just don't get what's so great about the game. It's just another Mario game to me with a bunch of bugs and glitches. To me, it's just Mario 64. It's nothing too big to me. I'm over here loving the Galaxy and Odyssey titles. Like I couldn't, like, I just don't really get why 64 is so popular. But this one level is so good that it just makes me appreciate Mario 64 more. Jeez, I'm both bad at English and got a sore throat. That's a bad combo when you're trying to make a video here. Anyways, this level is awesome. It throws pretty much almost any element that the game has at you, which I think is really cool. I love that in a Bowser level. It's a great build-up. It's just great. It's great. Really, it is. It's probably the only star in Mario 64 I look forward to doing. Again, I don't hate Mario 64, but again, it's just an okay game to me. And to have something to look forward to when I play through it is nice. It's nice to look forward to playing this level because I love this level so much. And the difficulty is perfect. Not too easy, but not too difficult. Just right difficulty. I just love this level. I have a nice soft spot for it. But At this point, I think you already know what number 1 is going to be, so let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, I kind of spoiled it when I was talking about the galaxy generator, didn't I? But I think most of you are expecting the galaxy reactor to be at number 1 anyways. Can any of you blame me? It's hands down the best Bowser level of all time. Perfect difficulty, perfect pacing, perfect length, perfect everything. This Bowser level, hands down the best. You start off and you're in this kind of like castle-y area. There are beams of gravity. I never thought I'd say that in my life. Like coming down from like middle of nowhere, pointing at the walls, and you have to jump into them, and then you're on the walls like Spider-Man, and then you climb up the wall, and then you go to a lava section, and then there's fireballs coming at you, and there's lava, and there's platforms falling, and then you go to an ice section, and then you skate, and then you go to this section with platforms that sometimes exist, sometimes don't. If you played the game, you know what I mean. And then you go to another lava tunnel, which, by the way, is really cool. Not because it's a lava tunnel, because the level itself is cool. I love that part of the level. That's probably my favorite part of the level, the lava tunnel. And then, after all that, you go and you fight one of the best Bowser boss fights of all time. This Bowser level will maybe always be my favorite. I say maybe because I don't want to say always and then be proven wrong. But to me, it's just awesome. Everything to me here is perfect. There's nothing that I think could be improved on. I think everything is just perfect. So, props to Nintendo for that. They managed to make the perfect Bowser level for me. Unless a future Mario game will have a better one, which, to be honest, if Mario keeps improving the way he has been since Odyssey, or at least I think he has been. I mean, the Wii U, I think, was the dark age of Nintendo for sure. But the Switch has kind of been turning around, I think. I think the worst a Switch game can, or I should specify Mario, the worst a Mario game can be on the Switch is decent. There's not really any bad ones so far. Although, knock on wood, I don't want to just jinx all that. So, who knows? Maybe one day this Bowser Castle will be beat, but I don't know if it ever will. For now, let's just say it's the best Bowser Castle ever. Okay? Okay. So that was the top 10 best Bowser Castles. I really hope you enjoyed that video. It's hard to talk for that long when it feels like something's lodged in your throat, but it doesn't matter because, yeah, I figured why not. I figured why not, so I did the video anyways. It's weird though because I don't usually get allergies. It's just that though. It's not like I've been sick or anything, so don't worry about me. But you don't want to hear me talk about any of that. So, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.